With the release of Thor Love and Thunder right around the corner, we of course gotta start talking about the box office. And it's not really a surprise to anybody, I don't think, that Thor is not going to be coming in as hot as some of the other big Avengers and franchises we've seen in the MCU. Which kind of makes sense. But now, let's talk about the rather low expectations going into this film and why I think they are what they are. So where exactly are we with Thor Love and Thunder and the box office predictions? Well, you gotta be really careful with this one like any other film out there because it's just one of those things that's an unknown factor in terms of how much staying power does a character like Thor have, and also, has there been any substantial backlash towards the changes being made in the franchise that are going to contribute to a lower box office? Again, we've seen this with Shang-Chi and Eternals. It's because of diversity. But then other things that succeed, like Doctor Strange, well, diversity wasn't a factor, but a factor was it didn't hit $1 billion, so it's a failure, right? We could do this song and dance all day. Somebody's always going to come at it from a different angle, and there's going to be something else. Now, previously, and I'm talking about like 2 weeks ago, predictions were somewhere in the 120 to 150 million range. I'm gonna guess as we get closer to it, I don't know this, no analyst that I've talked to has given me any inside info. I am gonna guess that Disney is going to say 130. That's what I'm guessing. Their investors will be sold on 130, they know it will make more, and then everybody will be happy. Which brings us to the predictions. We are officially seeing that Thor Love and Thunder is being predicted to open up with 155 to 205 million. That means if you're looking at this thing just in terms of the Thor franchise, this is going to be the biggest Thor film to date, which I don't think is really going to surprise many people. On the other hand, some people are saying it should be higher because this is another character that was in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, that there's more power, this should be up there with Spider-Man, this needs to be bigger than Doctor Strange because Thor was there earlier. Again, I don't apply any of this to any of these because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why does the Batman have to be as big as Joker? It doesn't. That was always an argument I found stupid. Why does everything now have to be as big as Spider-Man? It doesn't. If that's the metric, then every film is going to be a failure. Like, Maverick is a failure, Jurassic World, whatever the new one was, that's a failure. Like, you know, you gotta kind of contextualize it and put it in its own league. When it compares to Thor, this is going to be on the higher end. When it compares to box office for MCU, this thing is looking like it's going to pull in enough to put it in the top 10 MCU box office openings. So I think it's pretty good. Again, as we get closer, we're going to get more refined numbers and we're kind of going to know what we're getting into. We will, of course, cover the box office, weekends, and all that and see where it ends up. I'm going to make a prediction. This thing is ending around 850 million, somewhere around there. I think it's going to be a pretty big hit. I honestly don't think it has a chance at $1 billion, but who knows? Crazier things have happened.